Make sure everything's good right now. Believe we're back. Yeah, we're back. I apologize, bro. This, yeah, oh my gosh, bro. This fucking crap here. Ugh. Make sure everything's good right now. I'm just gonna combine all of it to one stream, pretty much. Let me check Rumble right quick, make sure we're still good on Rumble. I just lost stream on yeah, what I'm gonna do is I'm probably just gonna upload the full stream from Rumble onto YouTube just to make that better. But if you came back to the stream, I apologize about that. Yeah, this is some bull crap. All right, so if everyone's back in the stream right now, we can go ahead and continue on. I apologize about that, everyone. Welcome back to the stream. So, um, technical difficulties, but we move on right now. I got the full stream on Rumble, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna download the stream tonight. I'm gonna upload it to YouTube. You guys should watch the full stream right there. So no interruptions, whatever. But let's just keep going right now. So as I can say right here, this kid right here had a list of all the ICE facilities, repeated searches of Charlie Kirk shooting. He had the idea in his head from the recent shooting. He tracked ICE agent movements through apps, and had a handwritten note saying, "Hopefully, this will give ICE agents real terror." You know, a real nut job. This kid was. He was a real nut job, and his mom was a leftist too. His mom was a real crazed leftist. Apparently, blaming gun. Blaming before this happened, she was a very staunch anti-gun control person. She was very anti-guns, very non-Second Amendment person. She wants the Second Amendment to be abolished. You know, these types. And look what happened. Her son went out there with a gun, shot at ICE agents, thinking he was doing something heroic, but in reality, he was just doing something very stupid that would lead to the end of his own life by his own doing. So, oh man, pissed off about the fact that my stream cut out midway, but like I said, we go on. So this is from Nick Sorter. Just in, heroic ICE agents seen on surveillance cameras at the Dallas ICE facility rushing to save detainees as a gunman opened fire on them. They literally ran towards gunfire to protect detainees, but the left calls them Nazis and fascists. Uh, Despicable. These guys are heroes. So as you can see, these are the ICE agents trying to save the detainees while they're simultaneously being fired at by this maniac. All on camera. All on camera. They're risking their life to save these illegal immigrants because the left will make you think these guys don't care at all about these people's lives, but they're trying in their power to save these guys' lives. Who the left says they have no care in the world for. They are demonizing these people. They're looking down on these people. These people's lives don't matter to the ICE agents. Well, hey, look, show them this video right here. I guess they really do matter to them. Make sure you like this video too right now. This is the second part of the stream right now. We like I said, I'm gonna upload the full stream on here, and later on you guys can react to that and watch the full stream. It's only tonight this scrap had to happen while I'm in the middle of a stream. Only tonight. Make sure everything's good so far. All right. So as we go right here, this is from Mario. The White House releases the list of political agitators. A deadly assault on an ICE facility office in Dallas is now being tied to years of inflammatory rhetoric from top Democrats. Officials say a gunman with anti-ICE ammunition specifically targeted federal agents in a politically motivated attack. The administration points to a staggering 1,000% surge in assaults on ICE personnel, arguing the escalation mirrors the language of elected leaders, from calling agents Gestapo to slave patrols. The White House warns these labels have crossed into dangerous incitement, which it definitely has. Like, as you can see right here, Tim Walz, Gavin Newsom, J.B. Pritzker, Robin Kelly, Jasmine Crockett, you know, and so on and so forth right here. I'll go ahead and link this right here for everyone right here in the comment section. I'm gonna link it for you guys in case you guys want to look at it for yourselves and see who all made the list, because yeah, a lot of them made the list. So I'll go ahead and put this in the comment section for you guys right here in case you guys want to go ahead and look at it. Thank everyone for tuning into the stream tonight too as well. Make sure you make sure you hit the like button too as well. Comment section for you guys right here in case you guys, as you can see, is my you heard my voice on screen. Where is, I'll link this in the comment section for everyone, so in case you guys want to look over it. But that's the type of language right there is what the left uses, and this is what gets. These are all the people right here that use these talking points. All these people right here, they're treating the Trump administration. They're treating the right as if the right is actually a Nazi party. It's not. Sadly, joking, but it's not. We are not. We're not the Nazi party. We're not fascists. We're not authoritarians. We're just trying to enforce America's laws. That's all. But these people just, they hate America so much. They want to destroy. Remember, the left hates America. They want to destroy what America is. They much rather America be a brown. They much rather America be brown Middle Eastern hellscape. They rather just be like the Middle East. They rather be a hellscape instead of actually fixing America for what it is. They just rather bring in more and more and more illegal immigrants. Don't get it wrong, the Republicans do too. They love their legal immigrants. They love their H-1Bs. They love their Indians. I don't know if y'all seen this recently. There was a poll day about Indians being some of the most unpopular ass people that have come into the West. Like, people despise Indians a lot today. But okay, so that's that right there. So I like the list below if you guys want to go to X and look at that. So I'm gonna go close out some of these tabs right quick, and then I'm gonna look up. Actually, we're gonna look up. Let me see. So there was an incident that happened today in Chicago. Go ahead, point that out. ICE facility, Chicago. So we're looking at. Let's see. So we. Oh, shit's going down in fucking Portland right now. Let me put this on screen for everyone. So Donald Trump had sent in the the feds and the troops to go to Portland to clean up all this Antifa protests that are going on right now. So as you can see right here, this was reported by Nick Sorter at 11 p.m. Not too long ago, he reported this. So federal police are moving in and making arrests of Antifa thugs in Portland. They're not used to being held accountable. The days of mob rule are over. Hold them without bond. Make them pay. Based. So let's look at this video real quick. Oh shit. Damn. They're not fucking around right now. Holy shit. They're not fucking around. Oh man, they just dragging this dude. What the fuck, y'all? They're not fucking around right now with Antifa, no boy. It's I feel bad for them, but it's kind of like I don't, because these people will literally kill me at any given moment. They would kill you if you're conservative, if you're right wing. They don't give a shit. You have a different opinion of them, they'll kill you just for having that. Oh shit. Look at these freaks, bro. Look at this bitch. She flipping them off to, look at this bitch, man. What is this creature? Look, it looks like she's from fucking Escape from the Lake of, what is that, Loch Ness Monster? Fucking, that's the Loch Ness Monster's ugly sister right there. Just flipping them off with her. You know, he better than me. He better than me. No violence, no violence. I disavow that. I disavow violence, no violence. You know, she just daring them to do something. Oh man, look at these freaks. Bro, look at these freaks, bro. Look at them, man. Don't these people got something better to do? Look at this. Bruh. She's still flipping them off. I would have pepper sprayed the bitch at least. Yeah, it's getting crazy up there right now. Let's go down a little bit more. This one's crazy right here. Well, we'll look for the Chicago one first. Just in, Border Patrol has sent Antifa into chaos outside. Let's look at this one right quick first. What the hell? Yo, Portland is going crazy right now.
You guys need any help? Are you okay?
The officials have cleared out the front of the gate, which is over there. And they've pushed everybody down the road a good ways. Multiple different kinds of munitions were used, especially the tear gas.
Let me see. I'm gonna pull up right now because I know there's like some coverage going on right now. And let's see. We got some videos right quick. We're gonna segue right now and see what's going on. Let's see. I'm trying to see right now. We got some All right, we back. Sorry about that, everyone. Streaming cut off for a moment. Back now. So ain't nothing to worry about. Sorry about that, everyone. Let's see. I'll pull this up over here. So let's go down right here. Let's see. Making it. Breaking and Antifa thugs are running scared as Border Patrol agents shoot them with pepper ball rounds at ICE Broadview near Chicago. Lamo. They're literally screaming and running away. Let's hold on. Let's get the full view. Let's see. Let's dip in. Just listen to these people scream, "Fuck you! Fuck you! Fuck you! How dare you take away my illegal alien friend, bro? Fuck you! Yeah!" These fucking freaks, bro. Crazy. Bro, man. A bunch of jobless freaks. That's what they are. A bunch of jobless, no money making freaks, man. Look at these fucking people. They got nothing fucking better to do with their lives.
Oh shit! The fuck was that?
Yeah, it's getting crazy right now in Chicago. Yeah, it's getting crazy. So let's go down here. Border Patrol is now launching tear gas outside ICE Broadview facility, causing rioters to run away. Border Patrol is taking zero shit from degenerate rioters. Keep pushing, Border Patrol. W. Like, these people are just out here with their cameras out, filming them, just trying to antagonize them. They're getting hit with tear gas. Like, bro, what is this crap, bro? Man, it's chaotic right now. Portland and Chicago are chaotic right now, bro. Then we have this shooting that happened in North Carolina, bro. This is a crazy night for news right now. We're gonna get into the James Comey stuff in a minute. We're gonna look over some of this stuff right now, and then we're gonna cover James Comey. Man, this is crazy right now. Go down right here. Breaking border control is going hard. Oh shit! Oh shit! Yo, let's rewind that right quick. Man, And it's getting correct, bruh. It's getting crazy. What's this right here? Oh yeah, that one was actually crazy right here. So this was about so I don't know if you guys saw the news the other day. So apparently there were 274 agents in the crowd on January 6th, regular dressed agents. So that just goes to show you the conspiracy theories were true about January 6th. It was to make it was really undercover, basically. They were trying to actively make Trump look bad by inciting a riot. And it was orchestrated by the feds. It just ruined so many people's lives. Basically. As it goes to show you that the conspiracy theories were right about all along about January 6th. It was a Fed opt. It was orchestrated by feds. And this just proved everything right here. So let's go. All right, so this was from earlier. This is Border Patrol is now launching pepper ball. Well, these fucking people, bro. They got nothing better to do besides just holler and scream, bro, like a bunch of maniacs. They calling them losers. They're doing their jobs. You're there for you're just there just because you're bored with your life and you feel like you're doing something right. Who's a real loser right here? That guy looks like he's about what, 5 foot exactly, but he'll fuck one of them up though. Yeah, that's crazy. Breaking, a federal grand jury has indicted 3 women who stalked ICE agents to their homes, even live streaming their addresses on Instagram. Fuck around and find out. Okay, W. What the fuck is going on, bro? Like, these people are literally sick in the mind, bro. Like, these people are just sick. Like, these communists just want to ruin the country. They feel like this is stolen land, as they say, but they don't know the definition of what colonization even means. It's not stolen land. This is not stolen land. This was conquered. And they keep saying, "Oh, the Native Americans didn't get a fair shake." They have gated communities, and they're getting basically reparations from the government, and they're procreating at a great rate to ensure their race doesn't die. They're one of the few races I know for a fact that have gated communities. They live amongst each other. They're self-segregating from everyone else, and they get checks from the government. They're living good right now. These people complain about this stuff and say that, oh, the Indians were fairly mistreated. If you look at how they're treated right now, they're not actually. They're getting better treatment than most people right now in America. Let's see. This is from earlier. Breaking, the ATF agents have now arrived at Broadview ICE facility near Chicago after DOJ activated the Joint Terrorism Task Force to fight Antifa.
Hey, maybe somebody.
Bruh. People. Oh shit, this is from earlier. Just in, Border Patrol has leveled a rider outside. Oh shit. Let's see. Oh. Oh, they got his ass. Yeah, they got his ass. Yo, they got his ass. Oh, this guy's screaming like a maniac. Come on. Come on, let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Bruh. Bro, these people are literally just insane, bro. They're yelling name and date of birth. Like, what the fuck, man? What is wrong with these people, bro? They're just that mentally fucked up in the head to where they believe these people are literally the Third Reich. And these people are just enforcing our laws. And they just don't understand that.
Alright, we got your stuff. Look. 1, 2, 3. My keys. Back in the gas. Got your keys. It's all getting in the corner. Your keys, your phone, your wallet, and your charger. Alright?
These guys aren't fucking around right now. Holy hell, what the hell is that? Let me see, what's this right here? Lamo, indigenous peoples are outside Broadview Ice Facility near Chicago, attempted to cast an evil spell on ice ages. Let's look at this right quick. It looks pretty funny. Speaking of Indians right there, look at them. They're trying to, you know, look at the Native Americans. They get a check from the government, and this is how they treat America. Casting evil spells on ice ages for doing their jobs. Laughable. What the hell, bro? What this real mental illness right now? All right, so let's see if we can get some live coverage right now. We're actually going to switch over to YouTube. Let's see if we get some live coverage of what's going on right now. Go ahead and pull up right here. All right, so let's see.
Center in South Portland waterfront.
So this is Chicago, Los Angeles, Portland.
I hope everybody's
ICE
okay.
immigration
Thanks
detention.
for the update. I really do appreciate it.
I wonder who else is live right now. We got anybody
the
else?
Proud Boys. That was scary. There were people on the wrong side. Actually, the helicopter's been really quiet all of a sudden.
Area Foothill and Hubbard and Angels Tacos. Suspect vehicle is a black Chevy truck. Driver, male Hispanic, 25 years, heavy build. Possibly drinking at location. Unknown if suspect still at location. Information only incident 4797.
Go back right quick to this one.
The only one who
Like nobody's doing nothing now.
responds to my contact.
Look like everything's calmed down now.
Sherman on TikTok. Yep. Yes, true. Rosa Riot.
Let's go. Let's
Live
get
coverage of this shooting in Southport, North Carolina. We'll see you soon with more live breaking news coverage right here at Agenda Free TV.
go get. Let's check and see what's going on with the South Carolina shooting.
But tensions also.
All right, so this is News Nation right here. This is 40 migrants arrested in Chicago as protests continue at ICE detention center in Chicago. Let's jump into this right quick. Then we're gonna cover the James Comey stuff soon. A lot I want to go over that.
Flaring in Chicago as protesters take to the streets. Demonstrators critical of ICE and its tactics. And Chicago, not the only Illinois city where folks are speaking their mind tonight. In Broadview, just outside of Chicago, protesters clashing with ICE agents today. One man arrested as News Nation cameras were rolling. At least 2 protesters have been arrested. ICE saying that it has arrested 40 migrants today. News Nation's Mills Hayes live for us there in Broadview, where the mayor says ICE is, quote, making war on my community. Mills, what is it like there now?
Hi, Natasha. Well, things have started to pick up. We are now seeing more than 150 people outside. Unclear if it's protesters or press. Let me show you guys how far it goes back. They even have tents over there. But let me take you back over here because it looks like we can see some federal officers, Border Patrol pushing back protesters at this moment. Now, we've even seen ATF. Look at that right there. They just tried to take one of those boards that those Border Patrol agents were using. Already got some people right there that are facing off with those officers at this moment right now. You see ATF police as well, and sources actually tell News Nation
HSI,
is in charge of the security over there.
There's some FBI in there too as well. National Guard as well.
Being deployed at this moment. You can see and hear it. Now, we actually put our masks on because we saw some of those federal officers put their masks on as well. That less lethal ammunition includes.
Oh, shit.
You guys can see they just took a protest.
They got somebody.
They got somebody. They got somebody. Into that facility over there.
Oh,
and
that
you
is
can
crazy.
hear those pepper spray balls going off at this moment as well. And those protesters screaming, "We don't want you here. Get out of Chicago." As you can tell, looks like these officers are trying to get out of this facility, perhaps going to do those enforcement operations. Now, we know that at least 40 people were arrested today. That does not include the protesters that we saw arrested. We saw at least 3 people arrested just a few hours ago. And then we just saw another man being taken back as well. I want to try to bring you guys a little bit closer to where the action is. Moser, can we go down a little bit? We're going to try to show you exactly what it looks like. You can see that those Border Patrol agents are putting those big wooden panels into their truck right there. Those are typically used to push back protesters.
Thank you for watching. Subscribe below and download our News Nation app right now on your phone, and you will get fact-based, unbiased news for all Americans.
Let's get another one right quick. Because right now it's getting crazy out there. So, National Guard diplomacy. This one right here.
Covering it all. We have Jorge Ventura on the ground for us in Portland. Mills Hayes near Chicago as those anti-ICE protests pick up just to the west of the city. And News Nation's Hannah Brandt breaking down all of the latest developments from our nation's capital. Thanks so much for joining us for News Nation Now. I'm Kelly Beeson, and we do begin tonight with President Trump announcing plans today to send National Guard troops to Portland, calling the city war-ravaged and adding that he has authorized the use of full force when necessary. The announcement being met with protests all throughout the city. News Nation national correspondent Jorge Ventura is live on the ground where that reaction is playing out. Jorge, good evening.
Well, Kelly, that news of President Trump deploying troops here to Portland, sending shockwaves to the city, to the locals, all the way to the lawmakers, who are very angry and having a strong reaction. Right behind me, we are starting to see some protesters start to rally, but later tonight is when we'll see larger crowds gather here. This is the ICE facility in Portland, Oregon. This has become the epicenter of ICE protests nationwide. They have now spread to other ICE facilities, including Chicago, where our correspondent Mills Hayes is reporting from. And Kelly, we were here last night, and around 25 to 30 protesters gathered here wearing that black bloc attire, covering their faces. It was a much smaller turnout compared to some of the other nights. We are expecting a much larger turnout later today. Now, we did see ICE agents attempting to clear out the driveway. You can see shields and gas masks clearing out that driveway from protesters. We didn't see any clashes here on the ground, but other nights have turned quite violent. Now, the Trump administration is setting their targets not only on Portland, but the far left-wing group Antifa, calling Antifa professional agitators who were being paid. The Trump administration has now designated Antifa as a domestic terrorist organization, with the Department of Homeland Security also saying, quote, that rioters in Portland, Oregon have repeatedly attacked and laid siege to an ICE processing center. Many of these criminals have been arrested and hit with federal charges. Rose City Antifa, a recently designated domestic terrorist organization, illegally docks ICE officers.
We're going to talk a little bit more about Antifa too as well. The anti-fascist movement, as they claim to be, but they're more fascist than any other movement they claim that is fascist, quite frankly. I mean, they have the making of a fascist organization. Even though they're not like well put, not well structured, and not well funded either.
Publish their home address online and on public.
Just a bunch of fucking weirdos that live in their basements and do drugs and believe in spirituality, horoscope signs, and homosexuality, get together and go out and protest in the name of peace. But simultaneously, they want to shoot and kill you.
Public fires, individuals associated with Antifa also sent death threats to DHS personnel. And this
case in point.
Morning, President Trump confirming that the administration will be deploying troops right here to Portland. In a Truth Social post saying, quote, at the request of Secretary of Homeland Security Kristi Noem, I am directing Secretary of War Pete Hegseth to provide all necessary troops to protect war-ravaged Portland and any of our ICE facility under siege from attack by Antifa and other domestic terrorists. I'm also authorizing full force if necessary. The Trump administration is deploying federal agents to ICE facilities across the country, including right here in Portland.
President Trump has directed all necessary troops to Portland, Oregon. The number of necessary troops is 0 in Portland and any other American city.
Now, Senator Ron Wyden from Oregon also reacting to the news earlier today, saying, quote, Trump is launching an authoritarian takeover of Portland.
They just keep using the same rhetoric, bro. These people just never fucking learn.
Hoping to provoke conflict in my hometown. I urge Oregonians to reject Trump's attempt to incite violence on what we know is a vibrant and peaceful
If you're watching on
city.
Rumble, make sure you open another tab and watch it on you. You don't have to watch it on YouTube, but you can leave the tab open and have it clicked on the video so get the views up too as well. And make sure you like the video too.
To protect the people in our state. Lawmakers across the state here are pushing back on Trump's troop deployment and also his war-ravaged comments. So are the residents in the city. Take a listen.
I don't think things will work out without a lot of people.
What the hell is this? What the hell is this freak right here? Holy shit. Talk about hitting the wall. Fuck, her face is busted. Oh shit. What the fuck? Yo, anyone comment in the section if you will smash this. I really hope nobody is that crazy, but Jesus Christ, this girl's fucking face is busted.
Hurt, displaced, separated from their loved ones, and a lot of moral injury all around. I hope they will work out eventually, but people have already been hurt.
You can look around. It's not a war zone. I think the use of federal troops in this situation is a gross miscarriage of normalcy.
Why is this guy twitching? Like the way he's speaking and the way he's just twitching is just like, bruh. I guess he's not used to speaking on camera at all. He must have like very bad social anxiety.
I don't think it's a war zone, and I think it's not necessary. I think the town is safe. Otherwise, I wouldn't be moving here.
What is it with all these people in Portland? Like they're fucking fucking hypnotized or something. They speak like they're fucking like under a trance. Like, buddy, we don't want to tell you how bad Portland is, but these Antifas, man, these Antifas, man, you know, these Antifas, but such a lovely place to live. But these Antifas, though.
Now take a look at this Antifa flyer obtained by News Nation of a scheduled protest for tomorrow. In that flyer saying, quote, feds out of Portland, ICE out of Portland. And Kelly, you could also see these types of posters also placed all over the ICE facility here in Portland, Oregon, once again, targeting federal agents and their vehicles. This one actually reading how to identify ICE vehicles. This is something that the Trump administration has continually pointing out, that federal agents here in Portland have been not only targeted, assaulted, and also doxed, their information going online. But once again, you'll see posters like this all over the facility. And earlier today, Kelly, also noticed just a string of federal agents arriving to the facility here, many of them actually having the mask.
Let's go back to Agenda TV and get caught up on this shooting that happened in North Carolina. He's out the air now.
But again, when that report first came in, give me one moment here. Let me just kind of get organized here. Get everything organized. The scanner's from broadcastify.com. And, but again, when I get a second, I'll play you the replay of the scanner traffic. This happened around an hour, if I have it right, I think about an hour and a half ago. An hour or an hour and a half ago.
Over. Beach Road, Beachway Trail reference 3 subjects walking on Holden Beach Road, 1 male and 1 female, also possibly related to 211's pending traffic near the Moose Lodge.
Hold on. Let me get a news broadcast about this shooting. We're gonna periodically move over between see what's going on. Let's see. You think I fit around this dude?
Unknown direction by suspects were armed with guns. The PRTC into a tree at the location. That's additional incident 4455.
Where's this?
Unknown clothing. Suspects armed with handguns.
That's the
way. Traffic against MS traffic hidden around felony pedestrian involved supported incident tree. Supported incident tree. Subject vehicle is black. Issue vehicle 3 incident 4430 1494.
All right, this is from the Independent. Oh shit. Fuck around and find out, Grandma. Fuck around and find out.
Oh my God.
That was really cool.
Let's watch that takedown again. Let's just watch that takedown. This fat feminist woman here thinks that she can fuck around just because she's a woman. Well, she's about to learn today. You're about to learn today that you are a man to these men. You're about to learn today you are a man, sweetheart. No. What are they doing? Bitch, move out the way. Bitch, move out the way. Move, bitch. Get out the way. Get out the way, bitch. Get out the way.
Oh my God. That was really cool, guys. You guys are super cool for that. Wow. Big tough guys. Big tough man. Thank you. Big tough guys.
The guy that's saying that, why don't you step up and do it then, buddy? Why don't you step in front? They would have had a swole time doing that to you too.
Big tough guys. She's getting her sign. She's getting her sign. You'll get it. Give me
Back your ass up, buddy boy.
Give me your sign.
Fall down. Look at this guy. He just dressed like he just got off of work right now. He just came straight to the protest. Fucking people here, bro.
Come here, You're gonna need. They already got me earlier. You have to. It's gonna get worse. It's gonna get worse. Get her up. Get her up. Get her up. We're not threatening anyone. We're not threatening anyone. We're not threatening anyone. Move out! Move out!
Man, what the fuck, bro? Why? Bro, like, don't these people have lives, man? Like, where are your families at? Why are you openly trying to protest every day? Like, don't these people have jobs? Like, please tell me these people should have jobs.
How is she supposed to move? Let's go. That's good.
Oh shit. Bro, what is bro? It's like she's drunk now. Like they done pushed push her so hard like she got drunk off the one push. What the fuck is going on? What? Yeah, this dude's definitely gay. Like you can just hear the sassness in his voice. You can hear the soy boyness in this guy's voice. This guy's definitely a fat. This dude's definitely he's definitely a Fruit Loop. I was about to say the F word, but I'm on YouTube, so I'm trying to be very YouTube friendly right now. This is so funny.
You tell him to back up. Let's go get her. Come on, move out. Public property. Do not touch
These people got a whole studio, cameras and shit. I don't know if that's them on the news people. I don't know if it's independent or this is actually if that's the local people that got all this stuff set up. Bro, what is wrong with you people? Like, don't you people have lives? Your life is just protesting? You live just to protest? Like, don't you have anything better to do? Like, bro, think about this. Our tax money is going to some of these, feeding some of these people's fucking households. I know some of these people don't fucking work.
She's coming. What's her name? What's her name? Hey, get off. What's her name? Back up. Ma'am, what's your name? Back up. What's your name? Got lost pushed me when I was walking away. It was 789.
Oh man, she got arrested. Oh shit, grandma got arrested.
Why do you think you're push it in? Yeah, let's go.
Yeah, let's go. Yeah, go back.
Yeah.
What are you guys doing?
Fuck around, find out. Weirdos. Fuck around, find out.
Choke her out? Yeah, that's part of your.
How about you go home, bitch? Fuck, go home.
Oh, you guys get stuck.
They got the helicopter coming in. They ready. They strapped and ready.
Who's in the car? Bastion! Back up. You're just doing your job.
Move out the way. Move, bruh. Don't these people saw what happened to Fatty McFatty? You fuck around and find out. You people are still trying to if you guys are still trying to find out.
Yes, you are. You're not moving. Back up. Back up. Back up from the vehicle. Back up from the vehicle. I'm backing. Back up from the vehicle. Backing up. I'm backing up.
Bruh, I will run this guy over. I will run this dude over. I swear. Yeah, get his ass. Get his ass. Get your ass back, boy. Is that a woman or a dude?
Back up. Do not impede the vehicles. Get out of the way.
Who is that? A dude? Is that a dude or a woman? I can't tell. The voice is giving me like it's given. What these feminists say? It's given. it's giving male voice. It's giving a little gay. You know, it's giving a little gay.
Do not impede the vehicle.
Show me your face.
Get your ass back.
Show us your faces.
Back up.
Show us your faces.
Back up.
Show us your faces. What's your name? Be proud. Be proud. You pushed. You fought. Be proud.
Right. This is crazy. This is crazy.
Watch out! Watch out! Watch out! Watch out!
Medic! Shame on you! Shame on you!
They're gonna complain about them wearing masks, but they're all wearing masks too. Like, what? Like, how you gonna complain about them wearing masks, but you're wearing masks? Like, you people ain't got nothing to lose. They have a lot to lose. All you people doing is just wasting taxpayer dollars by going out there and protesting for no absolute reason at all, besides America enforcing its laws. You fucking weirdos could be going to work and providing for your family instead of getting out there and getting arrested. Some of these people probably have a higher arrest count than I do, and I've never been arrested. Look at this fucking weirdo right here, bro. This guy just got off working at the fucking nursing home, and now he's out there protesting. This guy just, look, I'm not one for a guy getting fired for freedom of speech, but this dumbass deserves to get fired just for being an idiot.
You are actually terrible. Hey, you guys have good aim. Bro right there is horrible. How can you not hit me? I'm literally like this and you can't hit me. Oh my gosh, dude. Everybody okay?
What is wrong with these people?
God is watching you.
What the fuck? Who brought the priest? Yo, shame on you, Father. Shame on you, Father. This is not about church. This is politics, Father. We can't bring God into this. God, this is us. This is American forces lost. Like, what is like? Everyone, look at this right quick for a moment. We got this fucking guy standing on the side of a truck. I don't know what the fuck he's doing.
God is watching you.
This fucking priest right here, bro. God is watching us. He's watching America trying to keep itself America. We're not a multicultural hellscape, my friend. Like, Pastor, if you want to go to Mexico with them, you could just get deported with them. Just go with them, Pastor. You know, God, I'm sure God understands. America wants to stay America.
And you will pay for this.
Come to the sidewalk because they're going to keep shooting him. I mean, telling him he watched this.
He's definitely one of those leftist ass pastors. I guarantee you, this guy's definitely one of those far leftist pastors. Like, this guy believes LGBTQ people should come into the church, and they're, you know, he's like one of those types to allow the gays in the churches and says they're saved, even though they're still committing acts of sodomy. That's the type of pastor this guy is, you know.
Le dieron la cabeza.
Right? Off the side, off the side. Get hit the top of his head.
Bruh. I'm just like, this is crazy.
I'm not out here.
these people like that.
Tyrone, what are you doing, man? You have a 9 to 5 tomorrow, buddy. You should not be out here protesting. That child support ain't gonna pay itself now, Tyrone. You know your baby mama already looking for that payment, man. You out here try to protest. I guess you cheated on her with some illegal immigrant woman, and now she's about to get deported, and now you're trying to protest her get deported. I'm here all night, folks.
You seem like a leader of this group.
I'm just here with everybody else, my man.
Don't let him
like everybody else.
I get you.
I know you're talking to me right now because I know you know that this doesn't have to be this way. I know you know this doesn't have to be this way. And you know,
nigga, how you gonna tell them it's not right, bro? This is law. Like, these guys really think we are everyone's fucking keeper. We have to be everyone's sanctuary. We are not everyone's sanctuary. America is for Americans, and it should stay that way.
you don't have to be here doing this mission. You know that.
It's semantics.
You like this?
Thank you. Fire. Thank you.
Close your face. Hey, radar. Close your face.
Yo, listen, just listen to them. Just listen to them. Like, they're literally shouting, "We will find out who you are." That's why they can't take off their mask. That's why. That's why they can't take off their mask. Just listen to these fucking maniacs scream at them, holler at them. Literally saying, "We will find out who you are." They take a big risk doing this job, and this is why I applaud them for doing this job, and why any type of damaging rhetoric about they need to take off their mask and on a mask, they're just going to get these people killed. They're going to get their families harmed in the process for them doing their jobs. That's enforced by the president of the United States at that. These people are like literally just like deranged.
If I could have had a debate launcher like that, I would feel pretty good about the man.
Remember, they're leaving off your taxpayer dollar. If you wonder why they're out there protesting or whatever, why they're able to do this crap, they're living off your our taxes pay these fucking people most times. These people come from low income families, man. And who's able to afford to pay for these people's fucking roofs over their heads, Section 8 housing? Our fucking taxes.
Mentioned with the names of George Floyd.
Oh fuck! These motherfuckers said, "Oh, the name of George Floyd." Bro, what the fuck, bro? We are so fucking cooked, bro. Send the asteroid. They're literally worshiping George Floyd like he's a fucking god. Yo, this can't be serious right now. These people are praying to George Floyd. Hold on, let me go back.
Now been submitted with the names of George Floyd, with the names of Breonna Taylor.
Oh shit! All criminals, by the way.
With the names of Adam Toledo, Ashley Alvarez, Trayvon Martin, Sonia Mason.
All those guys are criminals. Trayvon Martin got shot because he did attack George Zimmerman. There was proof of that. But hey, they'll always tell you some bullshit like that. All right. Now we're about to move on to see, there's some other stuff right here before we move on to the Comey stuff. This is some new stuff right here.
Breaking news. Look at the live scene on your screen right now. Federal agents now have clashed with rioters outside that facility, that Immigration and Customs Enforcement ICE facility near Chicago. So they were protesting peacefully earlier, and then they had to hit them with pepper balls. And you could see all of the melee just moments ago, and now the federal agents are holding the line against the rioters. They were 2 feet apart. Now they're a little bit farther apart, and if the camera could pull out, and I know that our reporter, Mike Tobin, is on the ground. He's with this photographer. I don't know if he can hear the sound of my voice, but we want to be able to see exactly. We've got most of the sign, but you see off to the left are the federal agents. On the other side of the sign, the protesters are being pushed back. Now, there has been a lot of protesting, but again, this turned into something different. Broadview, Illinois, outside of Chicago, and agents formed a line just seconds ago. I want to bring in Mike Tobin. Mike, did something tip this in one direction, or did things just get too crowded? And was there any purpose in their movements as agents had to begin firing pepper balls at anti-ICE rioters?
There seemed to be two incidents that drove what we're seeing right now. One, there was a vehicle that had to come into this temporary facility, and where the southwest entrance, and they had a lot of protesters there. So they needed to make space for that vehicle. And pardon my delivery, I'm just the aftermath, after effects of the tear gas. Also, it seemed that there were a few individuals that they wanted to detain. So they cleared out the crowd. They zeroed in. They had officers on foot who zeroed in on a couple of people. They put them face down and bound them up on the pavement out there. And they took those individuals into custody. And so what you see now is the aftermath. They've cleared out the, I would call this the southeast entrance to this temporary facility now, pushed all the demonstrators back onto 25th Street. And now you see them just holding the line right now to prevent them from going back to the same spot where they were before. Now you see all the demonstrators out there. A few of them are on the ground triaging, if you will, just dealing with the after effects of the gas and the pepper balls. In fact, something I can show you, I'll hang it, put it right in front of the camera here. Here are some of the rubber bullets that are getting fired out there for the crowd control. It's a kind of a hard, yet not entirely hard rubber. And this is the pepper ball. If you could see really close, it may be hard on your screen, but that is filled with the chemical irritant that kind of goes up into a cloud of gas after they fire it. They're using that a lot. They hit the fence with it, and it makes a cloud and clears the people out. So this is the aftermath of all of that. You got a crowd of people still intent on not backing down, would be their choice of words, but standing in confrontation with these officers. And the officers here, some of them from ICE, some of them from Border Patrol, backing the people up to make some space. And you look now, way down that road, that is the space that they created to the southwest entrance of this temporary ICE facility in Broadview, Illinois. Harris.
Mike Tobin, you're giving us some great close-up looks at what it takes to keep that ICE facility and those federal agents away from the rioters, but they are still not leaving. You pointed that out. Could you hear anything that any of these rioters were saying or chanting as this was going on, as federal agents had to move in and push them back with all really means necessary in terms of non-lethal, because that's what you just showed us with that ball?
Right, the non-lethal weaponry, they use gas, they use the rubber bullets, they use the pepper balls. And then in terms of things that the protesters say, frankly, you've heard all of it before.
All right, so I guess we're going to stop it right there for the protest. So we're going to move on to start talking about the James Comey stuff. So we're going to get our feature story out of the night that I'm closing out right now. So hope you enjoyed that. If there's some more rides and stuff like that, I wasn't planning on streaming tomorrow on Sunday. Usually I was going to do a true crime on Sundays, but I'll miss another Sunday because I'm giving you guys a late stream right now. But tomorrow I'm going to give you guys a if the rides get a little chaotic or hectic tomorrow, I will come on stream and we can react to the rides again tomorrow. So our feature story tonight, we're talking about the indictment of James Comey. So as you can see right here, James Brian Comey Jr., born December 14, 1960, is an American lawyer who was the 7th director of the Federal Bureau of Investigation, FBI, from 2013 until his termination in May 2017. During the presidential administration of George W. Bush, Comey was the U.S. Attorney of the Southern District of New York from January 2002 to December 2003, and later the United States Deputy Attorney General from December 2003 to August 2005. In August 2005, Comey left the U.S. Department of Justice, DOJ, to become a senior vice president of Lockheed Martin as general counsel. In 2010, he became general counsel at Bridgewater Associates in early 2013. He left Bridgewater to become a senior research scholar in Hartog fellow on national security law at Columbia Law School. I'm really reading this without my glasses right now. He served on the board of directors at HSBC Holdings until July 2013. Okay, so then obviously, 2013, Barack Obama appointed Comey to the position of director of FBI and all. Okay, so we're gonna scroll down to right here. Now this is the most recent one right here. It's September I'll also link his Wikipedia article if you guys want to read it. In September 2025, Comey was indicted by a federal grand jury on one charge of making false statements and one charge of obstruction. He denied the charges. So Comey was basically indicted, like I mentioned earlier. He was indicted on these 2 counts: false statements within the jurisdiction of the legislative branch of the United States government, 18 U.S.C. 1001 A2. Count 2, obstruction of a congressional proceeding, 18 U.S.C. 1505. The false statement was from his this one right here is the important one. And also, if he's found convicted on both these counts, he faces 5 years up 5 years in prison. So the false statement was from his testimony that he gave in court. So we're gonna go ahead and watch this right quick. This is from 2020, where he gave this when he gave that false testimony in a Senate committee.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Returning to Mr. Comey. Mr. Comey, you testified earlier today that you have concerns whenever the FBI doesn't operate in a, quote, competent and honest way. In your judgment, was the way that the FBI handled the Russia investigation, the surveillance of the Trump campaign, the Carter Page FISA application, the Michael Flynn?
And the crazy thing about that, I don't mean to cut the video off and then we'll get right back into it. He went after Michael Flynn the same exact way. They weren't able, because they accused Michael Flynn of having ties to Russia and was basically being a Russia asset, which was never found to be true at all. But instead of actually proving the crime, they just charged Michael Flynn, General Flynn, with the same charge, basically. False statements within a jurisdiction. They literally charged him with the same thing.
Flynn investigation, was that handled in a competent and honest way?
First, Senator Cruz, there was no, to my knowledge, surveillance of the Trump campaign. I think the overall investigation of the Russian interference and whether Americans were associated with it was conducted in an honest, competent, independent way.
Okay. So, Mr. Comey, you're saying it's competent and honest. I assume you've read the Horowitz Inspector General report, which found 17 significant errors or omissions in the Carter Page FISA application. So, in your view, 17 mistakes lying to the court is competent and honest?
Well, I've read the report. I don't believe he concluded there were lies to the court, but there are significant and important failings in the way in which the Carter Page FISA was prepared and renewed.
All right, Mr. Comey, let's go directly to lies. The Inspector General report concluded that Mr. Klein Smith, an attorney who worked for you in the FBI, deliberately altered an email. He had emailed the CIA to ask if Carter Page was a source. The CIA came back and said, yes, he was a source. And Mr. Klein Smith, your lawyer, altered that email to add the words, not a source, to make the email say precisely the opposite of what the CIA said, and that fraudulent document was then used as a basis for a fraudulent submission to the FISA court. You believe that is honest and competent, Mr. Comey?
I don't believe you've offered an accurate summary of the Horowitz's findings.
Mr. Comey, I have the report right in front of me. Page 254 describes how the lawyer, specifically the words, and not a source, had been inserted in the response, directly reversing what the CIA says. Was it practice in your FBI to fraudulently alter evidence that you submit to federal courts?
It was not the practice in the FBI to fraudulently alter anything that's presented to federal courts.
Well, it is difficult to say that an investigation that featured fraudulent evidence is competent and honest. But let's move on to something else. The predicate of much of this investigation was the Steele dossier, which has now been totally discredited as garbage. When did you learn that the Steele dossier was being funded by the Democratic National Committee and the Hillary Clinton campaign?
Again, I believe your predicate is inaccurate, but I first learned of the Steele dossier in late September of 2016 and understood that it was funded by political opposition to President Trump, or candidate Trump. I didn't know the specifics of which part of the opposition, but I knew that it was political opposition research funded.
When? When did you learn that?
I think about the time I was briefed on it, so about the same time, probably third week of September.
So you were personally aware that the political opposition, whether the DNC or Hillary Clinton or whatever campaign bucket it was coming from, it was the opposing party that was funding it. You were specifically aware of it in September. Why didn't you tell the FISA court? Why did you omit that over and over and over again on applications you submitted? Didn't the court deserve to know that?
My recollection is the FISA court was alerted to the possibility that it was a politically biased reporting.
Your recollection is false. The FISA court was not told that it was funded by the DNC. That's one of the omissions that your FBI did repeatedly to the federal court. All right. Go ahead.
That's not what I just said. So,
well, what did you just say?
So my recollection is the court was alerted that there was potential political bias in this reporting.
Political bias is different from saying it was funded by the Hillary Clinton campaign. You just testified to this committee. You were specifically aware of that, and yet you repeatedly did not inform the court of it when you were getting an order to essentially weaponize the Democratic opposition research. All right, next question. When did you learn that the primary subsource, so the basis for this garbage Steele dossier, was a suspected Russian asset?
I don't remember ever being informed of any prior investigation of any of Steele's sources, including the primary subsource.
So you're not aware of it today?
This guy is a gaslighting his ass off and just lying and contradicting himself at all the time during this city committee. Like Comey really much digged his own grave right here and stuff like that. Then when Trump won the election this year and appointed Tulsi Gabbard to the Intelligence Department, and they redacted more files pertaining to the Russiagate scandal, they found out that who leaked this information of this investigation to the media was Comey. Comey was a part of it, but he still denied it, even though his assistant director has came out and already said that Comey known about it, and not only know about it, he orchestrated it. So this is the reason why the charges just came about on Comey's name, and why they have indicted him now is because they couldn't indict him they didn't have substantial proof of the crime, but they can indict him on the fact that he lied, basically, during this exchange.
I'm aware of it today. I read it in the public sphere, and I've read a summary memo that the Department of Justice sent to the Judiciary Committee.
I would note the primary subsource was subject to FBI investigation, a counterintelligence investigation from 2009 to 2011. And I will read some of what the investigation was. The primary subsource approached two individuals who were about to enter the Obama administration and indicated that if, quote, the two individuals at the table did get a job in the government and had access to classified information and wanted to make a little extra money, the primary subsource knew some people to whom they could speak, is trying to recruit spies against the U.S. government. You have a Russian agent that is the basis for an FBI investigation, and the FBI is the one who had investigated them. Your testimony is you didn't know. Did it occur to you to ask? Did you ask any questions or do any due diligence on this at all?
I don't remember anything about the facts that have been revealed recently about the subsource. And as I said earlier, I think that cuts both ways, but I don't know how the people running the investigation thought about it.
Well, you didn't tell the FISA court that either, and I suspect the FISA court would have had a very different assessment if you had told them that the basis for your application was what you were being told from a suspected Russian asset. All right, let's shift to another topic. On May 3rd, 2017, in this committee, Chairman Grassley asked you point blank, quote, have you ever been an anonymous source in news reports about matters relating to the Trump investigation or the Clinton investigation? You responded under oath, quote, never.
And also, key point. Guess a key point. So we're going to go back to his Wikipedia right here. So we're going to go over to his time as FBI director and find out the investigation, the leaked documents about Hillary Clinton. This is important right here. So we're going to go down right here during the 2016 campaign. All right. So this is the Hillary Clinton email investigation right here. So on July 10th, 2015, the FBI opened a criminal investigation into Hillary Clinton's use of private email server while she was Secretary of State. On June 29th, 2016, Attorney General Loretta Lynch, who was Comey's boss, and Bill Clinton met aboard her plane on the tarmac of the Phoenix Sky Harbor International Airplane, leading to calls for her recursal. Lynch then announced that she would fully accept the recommendation of the FBI regarding the probe. On July 2nd, FBI agents completed their investigation by interviewing Hillary Clinton at FBI headquarters, following which Comey and his associates decided there was no basis for criminal indictments in the case. He basically allowed Hillary Clinton to walk away from these leaked documents. WikiLeaks leaked out these documents pretty much to the press. This is pretty much what kind of lost Hillary Clinton her presidential campaign in 2016 against Trump. This is what won Trump. This document scandal pretty much is what won Trump the election. It was because WikiLeaks leaked out information that Hillary Clinton was leaking documents out and basically had blackmail on a lot of powerful figures in Washington. So as you go down here, release of information about the investigation. On July 5th, 2016, Comey announced the FBI's recommendation that the United States Department of Justice file no criminal charges related to the Hillary Clinton email controversy. A lot of people were mad at Comey for this. A lot of people were mad. This should have been charges brought against Hillary Clinton right here. She should have had charges brought against her and arrested for this email scandal. During a 15-minute press conference in the J. Edgar Hoover building, Comey called Secretary Clinton's and her top aides' behavior extremely careless, but concluded that no reasonable prosecutor would bring such a case. It was believed to be the first time the FBI disclosed its prosecutorial recommendation to the Department of Justice publicly. On July 7, 2016, Comey was questioned by a Republican-led House committee during a hearing regarding the FBI's recommendation. Yeah, Comey was in trouble a lot for this time period for literally just allowing Hillary Clinton to get away, basically with murder. I'm giving a very, very extreme case, but yes, he allowed Hillary Clinton to get away with this big scandal. It won Trump the election, but at the same time, this was very careless of the FBI director to just allow Hillary Clinton to get away without even being arrested. He didn't even think twice to arrest her. But he damn sure lied to Trump about the Russiagate stuff. So we're gonna jump right back into this little Senate committee, and we're going to hear Ted Cruz really grill into Comey.
He then asked you, quote, have you ever authorized someone else at the FBI to be an anonymous source in news reports about the Trump investigation or the Clinton administration? You responded again under oath, no. Now, as you know, Mr. McCabe, who works for you, has publicly and repeatedly stated that he leaked information to the Wall Street Journal and that you were directly aware of it and that you directly authorized it. Now, what Mr. McCabe is saying and what you testified to this committee cannot both be true. One or the other is false. Who's telling the truth?
I can only speak to my testimony. I stand by what the testimony you summarized that I gave in May of 2017.
So your testimony is you've never authorized anyone to leak. And Mr. McCabe, if he says contrary, is not telling the truth. Is that correct?
Again, I'm not going to characterize Andy's testimony, but mine is the same today.
All right, I'm going to make a final point because my time has expired.
Yeah, this right here is what got Comey indicted. This right here is what got Comey indicted. This committee trial right here is what got Comey indicted right here.
This investigation is the final point.
Let's go back.
I'm not going to characterize Andy's testimony.
And Mr. McCabe, if he says contrary, is not telling the truth. Is that correct?
Again, I'm not going to characterize.
Authorized anyone to leak. And Mr. McCabe, if he says contrary, is not telling the truth. Is that correct?
Again, I'm not going to characterize Andy's testimony, but mine is the same today.
All right, I'm going to make a final point because my time has expired. This investigation of the president was corrupt. The FBI and the Department of Justice were politicized and weaponized. And in my opinion, there are only two possibilities. That you were deliberately corrupt or woefully incompetent. And I don't believe you were incompetent.
I believe both.
This has done severe damage to the professionals and the honorable men and women at the FBI because law enforcement should not be used as a political weapon. And that is the legacy you've left.
Yeah, as you can see right here, let me go ahead, pause that right quick. So yeah, that was willfully, I would say it was like ignorance, and it was also a part of like incompetence. It was both. Like a big scandal like this, Hillary Clinton should have at least faced some form of justice, some form of arrest, and she didn't. Comey basically let it go. He didn't even try to bring no charges against Hillary Clinton at all. Like, he just allowed this to go on. This was a big thing. This was a very big thing. This was what really lost Hillary Clinton the election. Was this email scandal. But she had a lot of interesting blackmailish things in her emails. So let's go down here. All right, so we're gonna look into this. Right. All right, so right here on June 14, 2018, Inspector General Michael Horowitz issued his reports criticizing Comey's handling of the Clinton email probe as insubordinate. Specifically, he stated that Comey made a serious error in judgment, usurped the authority of the Attorney General, chose to deflate from established procedures, and engage in his own subjective ad hoc decision making by publicly announcing that he wouldn't recommend any charges in the Clinton email investigation in July 2016, and later by sending a letter to Congress about reopening the case. The report found no evidence of political bias, although other ranking FBI officials showed willingness to take official action to negatively impact the Trump campaign. So let's go over here to Nick Serta. All right, so this is Comey responding to his indictment right here. So breaking news, disgraced former FBI Director James Comey responds to his indictment, reading an obvious script.
My family and I have known for years that there are costs to standing up to Donald Trump, but we couldn't imagine ourselves living any other way. We will not live on our knees, and you shouldn't either. Somebody that I love dearly recently said that fear is the tool of a tyrant, and she's right. But I'm not afraid, and I hope you're not either. I hope instead you are engaged, you are paying attention, and you will vote like your beloved country depends upon it, which it does. My heart is broken for the Department of Justice, but I have great confidence in the federal judicial system, and I'm innocent. So let's have a trial and keep the faith. My family and I have known for years that there are costs.
All right, so that's Comey's remarks after he learned of him being indicted, that he believes he's innocent. But I mean, you could see during the trial he contradicted himself a lot, basically. And Ted Cruz was just grilling into him, basically, to get the answers out of him that he wanted. Comey leaked the information about this Russiagate investigation into Trump to the media, and he basically said during that Senate committee that no, I had nothing to do with that. My assistant general doesn't know what he's talking about. Yeah, right. So this is from Cash Patel. Today, your FBI took another step in its promise of full accountability for far too long. Previous corrupt leadership and their enablers weaponized federal law enforcement, damaging once proud institutions and severely eroding public trust. Every day, we continue the fight to earn that trust back. And under my leadership, this FBI will confront the problem head on. Nowhere was this politicization of law enforcement more blunt than during the Russiagate hoax, a disgraceful chapter in history we continue to investigate and expose. Everyone, especially those in positions of power, will be held to account no matter their perch. No one is above law. No one is above the law today. This is from Attorney General Pam Bondi. No one's above the law. Today's indictment reflects this Department of Justice commitment to holding those who abuse positions of power accountable for misleading the American people. We will follow the facts in this case. All right, this is from Justin. President Trump thanks FBI Director Patel and U.S. Attorney for their work on indicting 30 cop James Comey. He is and was a total slimeball. Now lock him up. As you can see, this is Trump's True Social post right here. I'd like to thank Cash Patel and the outstanding members of the FBI for their brilliant work on the recent indictment of the worst FBI director in the history of our country. Trump and Comey have a bad history. You guys have to understand, Trump hates Comey from that first term. That's the reason why he fired him in 2017. It's because of that Russiagate scandal. Yeah, he literally, like, he kept asking Comey on multiple occasions for trust. if he could trust Comey, if Comey's not going to betray him or not. And Trump, up until Comey's termination, he could not trust Comey at all. He couldn't even turn his back to the guy. The guy's a slime ball. He really is just that, a slime ball. So Trump was looking forward to this day to getting Comey indicted. Now, is he going to face jail time? I don't know for sure. Probably not. But I mean, the fact of the matter is he still is going through this process because of all that happened during that first Trump term up until that Russiagate scandal got leaked to the media. The level of enthusiasm by the FBI was incredible, but only caused by the fact that they knew Comey for what he is and was, a total slime ball again. Thank you to the FBI and specifically those that worked on this case with U.S. Attorney Lindsey Hogan and DOJ. Thank you for your attention to this matter. Make America great again. President DJT. All right. So this is from the left side. So this is NSNBC. This is their take about this. Multiple DOJ and FBI officials are planning to resign following the indictment of James Comey. This is great news. A lot of Comey fannies are still in the FBI and the DOJ.
But they have shattered this norm, and many people who work in the Justice Department feel like they can no longer function there and are trying to leave. And same with the FBI. And they are worried about what comes next. They are worried about what they're leaving behind and who's doing those jobs now. But it's a very personal decision. They feel like there's no reason to stay because if you stand up and try to fight against these things that are happening, you're going to have your head chopped off anyway. You'll be fired unceremoniously. And so, yes, almost everyone I talk to who has the ability to leave is trying to leave, Katie.
Let me
But they have shattered this norm, and many people.
This is all right. So this is from the New York Times right here. A grand jury indicts longtime Trump target, former FBI Director James Comey. The move came after the president intensified his pressure campaign on the Justice Department in recent days, publicly demanding that top officials prosecute Mr. Comey. A federal grand jury on Thursday indicted James B. Comey, the former FBI director, a culmination of President Trump's relentless demand for retribution after the Bureau investigated his 2016 presidential campaign over possible ties to Russia. Mr. Comey was indicted on one count of making a false statement and one count of obstruction of a congressional proceeding in connection with his testimony before a Senate committee in September 2020. The indictment filed in Alexandria, Virginia, came over the objection of career prosecutors in the Eastern District of Virginia who found insufficient evidence to support charges, but were overruled by Lindsey Hogan, a Trump loyalist handpicked by the president to run the office a few days ago. It represents the most significant legal step yet by the Trump administration to harry, punish, and humiliate a former official the president identified as an enemy at the expense of a procedural safeguards intended to shield the Justice Department from political interference and personal vendettas. Yeah, this is definitely this is important for Trump because that Russiagate scandal was it's sort of like a black eye to Trump because they feel like Trump look at it as like it tarnishes his win in 2016 to feel like Russia interfered in the election and allowed Trump to win because that's exactly what Russia would have wanted. They would have wanted a Trump president to be in office. There was no evidence to support this claim at all. Even to this day, there's still no evidence at all about this Russiagate scandal. This was just orchestrated by a combination of Hillary Clinton, Barack Obama, and James Comey. This was just like a cabal of people that wanted to just like tarnish the Trump's significant win against Hillary Clinton and says that no, he didn't win. He didn't win a fair way. He had interference from Russia. He had foreign affairs pretty much trying to alter an election to put in favor someone that they deem a worthy candidate to better suit what they want. So this was like a bad look for Trump, and this is why he always had a vendetta for Comey. He's had it out for Comey since then. Ever since he fired him, he's wanted charges against Comey. And like, look, as a president, you can't have personal vendettas and want someone to be prosecuted. You know, that's not how a president's supposed to be. But at the same time, this Russiagate scandal was just a bad look for Trump. And like Comey was like one of these other guys that were like happy when the left were coming at Trump, but they banned him from everywhere. Prosecution was coming at his ass. They were trying to find him guilty on something, and they were trying to lock Trump up. When they raided Mar-a-Lago for all those classified documents, so they praised what happened to Trump, but now Trump's back in office, and now he has personal vendettas. And like, could you really blame the guy at this point? Because they were literally trying to ruin his life. Those last 4 years Biden was in office, they tried to destroy him in any way possible. So this is his indictment. This is a picture of his indictment file right here. The United States of America versus James B. Comey. As you can see right here, count 1, false statements within the jurisdiction of the legislative branch of the United States government. 18 USC 1001 A2, count 2, obstruction of a congressional proceeding. 18 USC 1505. So as we go down right here, you know, count 1, obviously speaking for on or about September 30th, 2020, in the Eastern District of Virginia, the defendant James B. Comey Jr. did willfully and knowingly make a materially false and flagrant statement in a matter within the jurisdiction of a legislative branch of the government of the United States by falsely stating to a U.S. senator during a Senate Judiciary Committee hearing that he, James B. Comey Jr., had not authorized someone else at the FBI to be an anonymous source in news reports regarding an FBI investigation concerning person 1. That is not true at all. There's 2. That statement was false because as James B. Comey Jr. then and there knew, he in fact had authorized person 3 to serve as an anonymous source in news reports regarding an FBI investigation concerning person 1, all in violation of 18 USC 1001. And then, as you can see, onto obstruction of congressional proceeding. 4, on or about September 30th, 2020, in the Eastern District of Virginia, the defendant James B. Comey Jr. did corruptly endeavor to influence, obstruct, and impede to do the due and proper exercise of power in inquiry under which an investigation was being had before the Senate Judiciary Committee by making false and misleading statements before the committee, all in violation of 18 USC 1505. Yeah. So as you can see right here, this is also a timeline of the relationship, of course. Let's go down right here. So no charges against Hillary Clinton, as I brought it up earlier on his Wikipedia page. So in July, we'll read it again. In July, Mr. Comey, then serving as FBI Director, recommended no criminal charges be brought against Hillary Clinton over her handling of classified information while she was Secretary of State. Mr. Trump, who was running for president against Mrs. Clinton, said that the lack of charges showed that the system was rigged. It definitely was. That October, Mr. Comey told Congress that the FBI was investigating a batch of emails related to Mrs. Clinton that had surfaced in an unrelated case, rolling the campaign weeks before the election. Yeah, that didn't do anything. Hillary Clinton still didn't face no charges or nothing. She didn't face any charges. She didn't face anything. No prosecuting, no nothing. She's allowed to walk away scot-free. So as you can see right here, the Russian inquiry, 2 months after Mr. Trump took office, Mr. Comey announced that the FBI was investigating whether members of the president's campaign had colluded with Russia to influence the election, bringing a criminal investigation to the doorstep of the White House. Mr. Comey said that the officers would pursue the investigation no matter how long that takes. Nothing ever came up that at all. It was just pretty much a waste of people's times and money and resources. So this is when the FBI broke that James Comey indicted by a grand jury.
I want to go ahead and bring back in Justice Correspondent David.
Well, Fox News. I said FBI, Fox News, I meant. I am getting kind of a little tired, y'all.
I want to go ahead and bring back in Justice Correspondent David Spunt. He now has new details for us now on the charges. What can you tell us, David?
Yeah, so this coming from some sources that are involved in this. We're told that a false statement charge and an obstruction of justice charge. There were 3 that were brought before the grand jury, and the grand jury handed up an indictment on 2 of those. So this is relating to false statement and obstruction of justice. I want to say alleged false statement and alleged obstruction of justice. We don't know what this means as far as any sort of timeline is concerned. We've reached out to Mr. Comey's attorney, have not yet heard back. This is all breaking right now, waiting for some reaction, presumably from the Justice Department. It's interesting, Jillian, that President Trump was asked about this twice today in the Oval Office, and early he said that he didn't like the former FBI Director Comey, and he said he has a right to be involved, but he lets them handle it, essentially meaning the Justice Department. Attorney General Pam Bondi said that she could not comment, and this was as the grand jury was still underway and still deliberating. So this was a deliberation that happened today in Alexandria in Northern Virginia, and this now has resulted in two charges here, obstruction and false statements. But we are waiting to get the actual paperwork to read the specific allegations, which I'm sure Professor Turley will want to look at too, to see where they're saying that those alleged false statements and obstruction was taking place, Jillian.
All right, thank you for that, David.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.
All right. As we go on right here, this is a lawyer that was on Crowder. Laura explains Comey finally getting nailed for lying to Congress.
Director James Comey is expected to be indicted in the coming days. Obama, Hillary Clinton, John Brennan, James Clapper, James Comey, and others, including their mouthpieces in the media, knowingly lied as they repeated the contrived narrative that was created in this January 2017 intelligence community assessment with high confidence as though it were fact.
That's a real win because it allows America to go, okay, James Comey, not the best source, right? There was this nefarious things that were happening. So I want to manage those expectations to say, you may not get that checkbox, the judgment, the liability, the jail time, but you might still prove the point that bad actors were doing bad things.
Now we're going to be bringing on half-white lawyer Bill Richmond for Hardly Legal. We can get both of you on camera blocking.
Nice. Perfect.
Thank you, Lane the Brain. I know you have to go and do some work. Bill, you are going to be on Thursday, October the 2nd at Big Laugh Comedy Club in Fort Worth. You can find all of his stuff on his, I'm sure Josh will have a bruise tomorrow.
As familiar, tell MSNBC, former FBI Director James Comey is expected to be indicted in the coming days. The full extent of the charge is being prepared.
Stream is winding down, y'all. Stream is winding down. I'm getting off the air. There's nothing else to really cover right now. If the rise persists more a little bit tomorrow, I'll jump on stream tomorrow. But the stream is winding down, y'all.
Against Comey is unclear.
Thank you for adding a whole lot of context to that. Everything seems to be unclear. Back to you, Bob. So this is
breaking news. I don't know.
Breaking news. We don't know anything, but we said it first here. Back to you. So you got to recall that Trump posted this week on his Truth Social account, sorry, last week on Truth Social. I'm not going to do the voice, so I'm too embarrassed. Oh, Pam. No, I reviewed over 30 statements and posts saying that essentially same old story as last time. All talk, no action, nothing is being done. What about Comey? Adam Shifty Schiff, that's totally him every time. Letitia, question marks. They're all guilty as hell, but nothing is going to be done. So just to set this up for Bill, and then we are going to be going to Rumble Premium here in just a second. If you have not joined Rumble Premium, now is your chance to do it. Click the button and join Rumble Premium. $99 annually, $9.99 a month. You don't get the mug, but you get a fantastic mug. You get an ad-free experience and all the additional content that we do. So sign up for it right now. We thank you so much for all of your support. And again, if you got
y'all follow me on Rumble too. Y'all follow me on Rumble too. If you're on YouTube, make sure you open a link to Rumble. Go find Tonight in America on Rumble and hit that follow button.
Gifted a subscription from Pure Talk, make sure that you take a screenshot of that and post it, tag us, and let us know. So here's what we know about Comey. September 30th, 2020, testified he did not know the source of the Steele dossier and other questionable intelligence related to the Russia collusion hoax and what it was based on.
Were you aware that in December 2016, the CIA tells the FBI they characterized the dossier as internet rumor?
I don't recall being informed of that.
Are you aware of the fact that the subsource was actually interviewed by the FBI in January 2017?
I don't remember anything about interviews of the subsource.
So that's the testimony, and just a clip of it. There's other information that's included there. In July of 2025, this year, Tulsi Gabbard revealed Comey, alongside Obama, Clapper, and Brennan, directed the creation of a 2017 ICA intelligence report based on bad intelligence.
President Obama, Hillary Clinton, John Brennan, James Clapper, James Comey, and others, including their mouthpieces in the media, knowingly lied as they repeated the contrived narrative that was created in this January 2017 intelligence community assessment with high confidence as though it were fact.
So the intelligence community assessment that she is referencing falsely claimed Russia meaningfully interfered in the 2016 election to aid President Trump and was partially based on the Steele dossier and other evidence Comey knew was not reliable. Okay, Bill, so that's the setup for everybody here. What kind of charges could they be trying to bring against the former FBI Director James Comey?
So most likely it's going to be a flavor of what we would normally call perjury. So under Chapter 18, the U.S. Code, you're going to have Section 1001, which is false statements. It could be in writing, it could be oral. So for example, under testimony, a little bit later in that chapter is where you get to perjury, which is actually under oath. This is broader. So whether you're under oath, if you're making statements to the government that are false and that you know are false, you could have violated that statute.
Okay, so he could have violated that statute. Why? So we heard about this in July. Why are they scrambling for this right now?
So we've got a deadline coming up. So the actual testimony at issue was on September 30th, 5 years ago. 5 years being the statute of limitations. Now there are some rules around extending it if you didn't know what was going on. It's called tolling, but that's a big risk. So that's why we're so focused on this date coming up next week.
Is it possible that they try to meet that statute of limitations by, indicting him in some way, but just using that to buy more time to develop the case, or what options do they have to kind of meet that deadline without doing the tolling?
That is the first, second, and third best options is to go ahead and do the indictment. So for those who aren't familiar, the indictment process doesn't have a judge. It doesn't have the defense there. Comey won't be there. No one to defend Comey will be there. It will be the prosecutor. In this case, the DOJ will have a prosecutor in the Eastern District of Virginia who will come and say, hey, 12 to 23 grand jury folks, do you think we have a case here? And if they return a true bill would say, yep, we're going forward. A no bill would say, you couldn't even do this case with no one defending it, so we're not going to let it go forward.
So what kind of bar do they have to meet to get a true bill relative to what they would have to do, say, in a court, like actually in the trial?
They get to pick and choose their own evidence and their own testimony. No one will defend it, and they have to convince these people to say that it's probable cause. It's more likely than not that this has actually happened.
Okay, so the bar is very low for them to be able to do that in a lot of ways, at least. Like,
it's actually lower. Yeah, it's lower than actually being found guilty or being found liable, anything like that. And again, no defense, no judge, nothing like that.
What do you think the chances are of a grand jury in Virginia indicting?
So it seems pretty good for two reasons. Really? One, and let me tell you why. One, the standard is very low. You get to shape your own case.
Right.
And two, just look at the evidence that we have so far. Again, this isn't about an indictment. This isn't about being able to prove that he intentionally knew certain things. But is it more likely than not that someone, an official, who has said time and time again that he is an incredibly knowledgeable, great memory source, etc., had information in his own files and then didn't know it on the day that he testified, right? So that's where, again, more about this being a low standard leading to an indictment than, again, the strength of the case itself.
Okay. So, and he was, is he the one who took notes after meeting with President Trump?
He definitely did.
And
notes,
then
yes.
wanted to make sure he preserved those for later on because he thought it was so important.
The old CYA notes preservation.
I took my own notes and no confirmation other than this is what I said just happened.
Yes.
In those meetings. Okay. I just want to make sure that this is, this is a person that, has a history of doing things like this. So obviously when the Director of National Intelligence, Gabbard, she talked about this, she mentioned several other people. Is anybody else potentially on the hook for this?
I mean, there might be, because we've got a number of folks who had knowledge of those underlying factual statements, right? How Crossfire Hurricane began, the Russian collusion hoax, how that whole brief was put together, the dossier. So there's a number of people who knew about it. But the big question is, did they issue some type of statement that demonstrates that they knew the truth and then made another statement that was false? So there are a few folks that are being looked at.
What about just running with it outside of the perjury or making a false statement? What about just going forward with something like this? I think that's what offends the sensibilities of everybody on the right who said, what? They all got together in a room and talked about this, knowing that it was based on this shoddy reporting that people said wasn't trustworthy, and yet they portrayed it to the American people as one of the most ironclad things that we could possibly have.
Right.
I think this is what they went out and said. So X number of intelligence agencies have said that Russia colluded with, blah blah blah. They went down that trail. Is that? Is this?
I mean, yeah.
Am I crazy now?
No, you're not. Okay. And here's the thing: is the standard. So you've got two different areas of discretion. You've got first the investigative body. So in a state, state or city, you call it the police. The police are going to see, is there even a crime? They've got to ask questions to find out, is there even the barest hint of anything, a LaCroix of evidence related to a potential crime, right? That's what federal prosecutors then would build upon to then have their own standard to have a case and bring an indictment, or even decide that they want to bring an indictment, right? Federal prosecutors don't want to bring cases that they're not going to win, or certainly ones that they're not going to get an indictment for. So at this point, what you've got is a group of folks who are very clearly having admitted to have met together, have had the standard. We now have the fact
documentation.
Exactly. We have the documentation. So
here, let me just there are so many different lines that I am worried about with stuff like this, because one of the claims is going to be, well, you shouldn't prosecute your political enemies, essentially. And that's what the media is saying. I don't know. Actually, top prosecutors have concerns about charging Comey, although an indictment could still come as soon as today. So they're talking about it right now. The media will say, well, this is just Donald Trump going after his political enemies. In fact, I've seen lists of things that Trump has done recently that they disagree with. And as the bullet point is listed about this, it always says Trump going after political enemies. Is there genuine concern about that? Is there any kind of precedent, I don't know which one it is, I always forget, for doing something like this and saying, hey, look, no, this is just the normal legal course of law, or the process?
It's an inappropriate and frankly indefensible defense to true prosecution, right? So when someone says, well, you can't, you shouldn't be going after your political enemies, that actually doesn't deal with the merits of the issue, right? So that is an immediate.
Well, yeah, I agree. You shouldn't go after your political enemies, but your political enemies go after you first, and it's fair game at that point. So, I mean, they've tried for the last 4 years to destroy Trump's life. Almost killed the guy. They've pushed so much heinous rhetoric towards his way. Have tried everything to get this man impeached twice. Raided Mar-a-Lago. Multiple guys have tried to take a shot at killing him. Yeah, Trump has had a lot to deal with. So you can believe he has a sense of joy and pride going after guys like Comey and getting them arrested. He can't bring charges against Barack Obama and Hillary Clinton, but what he can do is get Comey jail time. I don't believe Comey's gonna get jail time, but I believe this entire experience is gonna show Comey like why he shouldn't have fucked with Trump in the first place.
A red flag to go, wait a minute, they must be concerned about the merits because their first offense isn't the merits of what is being alleged. They're just going, well, you shouldn't because I happen to be on the other side of the aisle. It's an inoculation that really is a warning sign. Like if you're having an argument with someone and they're like, they just want to prosecute their political enemies, it's like, well, let's just deal with the facts, right? Yeah. They happen to be a political opponent or a political enemy or whatnot, but is there substance and merit? So the fact that they're leading with that tells me they're going, well, maybe something happened, but you shouldn't look at it because looking at your political enemies with the eye of the government is wrong. When, I mean, nothing could be more hypocritical.
I mean, no, I was going to get to that. After all of the trumped up charges that we had against the president and trying to essentially put him in jail so that he could not run, he was a presumptive nominee at the time and likely winner. We knew.
Is a crazy thing about it. Think about this: if Trump was in jail in the 2024 election run and he won from jail, he probably could have he can pardon himself right there. He could have pardoned himself right there. Or the crazy thing about this, presidents have immunity where they can't be jailed while they're actively serving as president of the United States. That's a crazy part about it. So presidents are immune to going to jail unless it's like for some serious heinous crime. Presidents cannot be jailed for something as stupid as for paying off a prostitute.
That we knew that he was probably going to win, or at least be favored by some margin to win. Whether or not that panned out, or I think a lot of people still thought he was going to win, and they were trying to put him in jail to keep him from essentially being able to run. Like, how is that not interference? And it's one of these crimes where you can look at it and go, clearly you had business leaders on both sides of the aisle come out and say, in New York City, like we've done this stuff all the time. Nobody's ever been like charged for stuff like this. Plus, there was no victim in the crime. The bank actually approved the loan and did their due diligence. Everybody was fine until you guys came in and started trying to do this to stop him from running. And it seemed like this was just charge, see what sticks. Right? We did undercover reporting, stacking charges to see if they could make a case. And I understand that. We could say.
All right, so we're gonna move on to Jimmy Dore's coverage of this big issue in Comey.
Yeah, you're listening to this program. If an FBI director can mislead a court to get a warrant against an American citizen to further a political conspiracy to destroy somebody you don't like, we're in a world of hurt.
James Comey indicted. Now, if you know anything about James Comey, he is a sleazeball of the highest order, and I will show you when he had his interview with Chris Wallace how he lied for 5 minutes straight, and Chris Wallace got him. Oh, yeah. Chris Wallace nailed him.
All people.
Chris Wallace, the bad Wallace, nailed him. Against the wall. So this is from Yahoo News. Why Trump's new prosecutor just charged the former director. So a federal grand jury indicted former FBI Director James Comey Thursday evening on 2 charges sought by President Trump's new handpicked prosecutor.
There was a third count they were trying to get him on, but they were only managed to get him on 2.
Why did they handpick? Did they use an immigrant worker for this? What did they mean handpick? one count of making false statements. And 1 count of obstruction of justice. Now, he's done both those things. He's done worse. Comey immediately responded by proclaiming his innocence. You want to hear it? Here it is.
My family and I have known for years that there are costs to standing up to Donald Trump. But we couldn't imagine ourselves living any other way. We will not live on our knees.
So this is James Comey. This is his parlor trick. He knows how to look sincere and earnest when doing the most nefarious things. As every FBI director, if you're good, you will look like him. Now, if you're bad at it, you look like Kash Patel.
I was going to say, everybody except Kash Patel.
Patel's
like,
you know,
I didn't know.
You can tell he's lying immediately, Kash Patel. Now, James Comey, if you don't know anything about what he's talking about, he looks sincere. He looks earnest. He looks like a Boy Scout. He looks like a guy you want to hug him. But that's why he's got to be where he is, because he's that good of a liar. So just keep in mind. Okay.
And you shouldn't either. Somebody that I love dearly recently said that fear is the tool of a tyrant. And she's right. But I'm not afraid. And I don't have either. Instead, you are engaged.
What is the rule of a tyrant is when they gin up, when they try to frame the president for treason, which is what he did. He tried to frame the president for treason and then lied to Congress about it. That's what he did. That's what rule. So when they do 4 separate prosecutions of the former president, when they overcharge all of his followers on January 6th, which was an FBI operation, by the way, that was a Fedsurrection, it wasn't an insurrection. So there's been this constant, everything they're accusing Trump of doing right now, prosecuting his political opponents, they did to him first, and they had to make it all up. Now Trump is going after James Comey. He doesn't have to make up anything. It's real. Russiagate was completely made up, 100%, and they knew it.
Yeah.
And that's what this is all about, that they knew it. Obama knew it was made up. James Comey knew it was made up. They all knew it was made up.
Trump doesn't go far enough, I think.
I don't think Trump is going far enough. But
yeah, we'll cover Russiagate in full detail. I want to go over like all of what the timeline, everyone involved in Russiagate. On another stream, we're gonna go over Russiagate exactly and just like talk about this in like longer format. Because that whole thing was just like a fucking one big scam. It was just a black eye on Trump's election win, just to show that he didn't win legit and that he needed foreign intervention to be able to beat Hillary Clinton. But we ignore the fact that Hillary Clinton mishandled important information and important emails about certain political figures, and yet she was never prosecuted or charged with any crime. Let's just skim over that part and just focus on this make-believe Russiagate scandal.
It just so happens that these people are his political opponents who prosecuted him first politically. Those were political prosecutions. So this idea that this just started yesterday or with Donald Trump and James Comey, again, it's just like the Jimmy Kimmel censorship stuff. Jimmy Kimmel's all for censorship. Everybody who's screaming about Jimmy Kimmel, they were all for it. When it happened to Tucker Carlson, when it happened to Julian Assange, when it happened to everybody else, they're all for it. Okay.
You know when he said, somebody I love dearly told me this, I was like, oh, is that Hillary Clinton?
Was it Hillary?
Aged. You are paying attention, and you will vote like your beloved country depends upon it, which it does.
Boy, he really must be keeping the faith if he thinks voting is going to change anything. Anyway, here we go.
My heart is broken for the Department of Justice, but I have great confidence in the federal judicial system. I'm innocent. So let's have a trial and keep the faith.
Keep the faith. He must really be keeping the faith if he thinks voting is going to change anything. So here's one of the lies.
Do you stand by your House testimony March 20th that there was no surveillance of the Trump campaign that you're aware of?
Correct.
You would know about it if they were, is that correct?
I think so, yes.
Okay.
Okay, so he knew about it. Not only that, but they coordinated lies about it. So remember when Donald Trump said Obama has tapped my phones? They had. They lied to the FISA court 17 times. The FBI lied to the FISA court 17 times to get a phone tap on Donald Trump, which means they had a phone tap on everybody Donald Trump talked to in his campaign and anybody they talked to. It's called a two-hop rule. So when you get a wiretap on Donald Trump, you get a wiretap on anybody he's talked to and anybody that he's talked to has talked to. It's called a two-hop rule. So they had that. That's how they got General Michael Flynn. And we're going to talk about that. He entrapped Michael Flynn. So that's the first lie. He knew about it. In fact, here's Kash Patel. He tweets this out. The headline is exclusive. Prosecutors secured evidence. Comey authorized classified leaks, but declined charges. New declassified memos reveal former FBI leadership authorized classified leaks while misleading Congress. Thanks to President Trump's push for transparency, the cover-up is finally being exposed. Accountability. So that's what So the story quoted previously redacted portions of the memos alleging that a lawyer working under Comey at the time, quote, disclosed United States government classified information to the New York Times under the belief he was ultimately instructed and authorized to do so by then FBI Director James Comey via an intermediary. So that's number two. Okay. So here's him lying twice to Senator Grassley and Ted Cruz.
Director Comey, have you ever been an anonymous source in news reports about matters relating to the Trump investigation or the Clinton investigation?
Never.
Question 2 on relatively related. Have you ever authorized someone else at the FBI to be an anonymous source in news reports about the Trump investigation or the Clinton investigation?
No.
On May 3rd, 2017, in this committee, Chairman Grassley asked you point blank, quote, have you ever been an anonymous source in news reports about matters relating to the Trump investigation or the Clinton investigation? You responded under oath, quote, never. He then asked you, quote, have you ever authorized someone else at the FBI to be an anonymous source in news reports about the Trump investigation or the Clinton administration? You responded again under oath, no. Now, as you know, Mr. McCabe, who works for you, has publicly and repeatedly stated that he leaked information to the Wall Street Journal and that you were directly aware of it and that you directly authorized it. Now, what Mr. McCabe is saying and what you testified to this committee cannot both be true. One or the other is false. Who's telling the truth?
I can only speak to my testimony. I stand by what the testimony you summarized that I gave in May of 2017.
So your testimony is you've never authorized anyone to leak. And Mr. McCabe, if he says contrary, he's not telling the truth. Is that correct?
Again, I'm not going to characterize Andy's testimony, but mine is the same today.
So do you believe it's legal for you to lie during a Zoom meeting? Because that's what he's doing. Here's what Lindsey Graham has to say about this.
Intelligence before the hearing basically told Comey, here's a bunch of intel regarding Clinton trying to cook this story up, and he says that he doesn't remember that. Can you imagine the Director of National Intelligence telling you as the FBI Director, there's plenty of evidence out here this thing was cooked up. So in August of 2016, 3 months before he signed the warrant application against Carter Page, being part of a conspiracy to, where Trump is an agent of Russia, in August, months before he signed the warrant application, they told him in front of Obama, there's evidence that Clinton is cooking this up. He never told the court that. So before he signed the first warrant application, alleging that Carter Page is part of a conspiracy with Donald Trump to sell out America, he never told the court that he had information that may all be cooked up by Hillary Clinton. When the subsource told the FBI about the dossiers, a bunch of bar talk and hearsay, they never told the court. So let me tell you that right now, if you're listening to this program, if an FBI Director can mislead a court to get a warrant against an American citizen to further a political conspiracy to destroy somebody you don't like, we're in a world of hurt. So you'll never convince me that Comey didn't know about the accusation that it was Hillary Clinton Clinton making this up, that there was no there. And why did he tell the court about this information? It's exculpatory information. One lawyer at the FBI went to jail for manipulating evidence to the FISA court. Here's the question for the legal system today. Is there compelling evidence that Comey withheld from the court pertinent information about a warrant application? How can you say he didn't? The FBI knew 3 different times it was all internet rumor and never told the court. Why did they do that? They wanted the investigation to continue during the Trump presidency. I believe this with all my heart. To destroy Donald Trump. If people get away with this, lying to a court, manipulating a court, withholding exculpatory information to a court of law to get a warrant against an American citizen, for political purposes, the rule of law has died. That's the big issue in this case. Not did you leak something to the press. That's important. The question for this country, and I believe this for 5 years, did the FBI director have information he should have given the FISA court that would have stopped this madness? And the answer is yes, he did. And the madness continued. And why did it continue? Because James Comey and a bunch of others wanted to destroy Donald Trump. That, to me, needs to be looked at.
Okay, let's go back to the August meeting that you referred to, where they uncovered
2016.
In 2016, August of 2016, let's see 5 years straight here. Well, let's go back to that meeting, and they had discovered a plot, a scheme, a political scheme of Hillary to try to tie Donald Trump to Russia. They knew it was bogus. They knew it was BS. My understanding is even Barack Obama was.
All right, pretty much he's just gonna go over what I've already said so far. Yeah, so that's the James Comey stuff right now. He got indicted. We wait till trial. We'll cover it day by day, and hopefully justice will be served. Now, of course, I don't foresee James Comey going to jail, going to prison. I don't foresee him going to prison or doing any time right now, but I foresee that this is going to be a reminder to James Comey of where he fucked up and where he went wrong during his time as FBI director and not prosecuting Hillary Clinton and encouraging and also participating in this Russiagate scandal, which was trying to delegitimize Trump's election win in 2016 against Hillary Clinton and push this bogus narrative that Trump is in bed with Russia and he's controlled by Russia. So that this whole thing right here is pretty much just karma coming and knocking on the door of James Comey, and pretty much he's going to get rightfully what he deserves, hopefully speaking. But anyways, I want to thank you guys for tuning in tonight's stream. Going to get out of here now, and I'll be back Monday for our regular scheduled program. I might be here tomorrow, depending on what happens with these ICE raids that are riots that are going on in Portland and Los Angeles and Chicago. I might come on. I might jump on stream for you guys, and we might just stick and do that. But tomorrow, I'm just gonna take a day off. Anyways, I want to thank you guys for tuning into the stream tonight. I want to thank everyone for sticking it out with me this late. So we're going to be back here on Monday for our regular scheduled program. Till then, like the video, leave a comment below. Let me know how you guys like tonight's show. I'm sorry about the stream cutting off on YouTube, and then I had to get 2 streams. It'll be all right. Next stream, completely be better. I'll fix that. But anyways, I'm out of here, you guys. I'll see you guys on Monday.